Hello, everyone. Sue.oneschuk here for the continuation of the workbook lessons of Course in Miracles. And today we are on review 4 and doing the introduction and also lesson 201. And I'll do a brief reading from A Year of Forgiveness as a further reflection on the introduction and the lesson. So the review introduction is, it says, for this review, we take but one idea each day and practice it as often as is possible. Besides the time you give morning and evening, which should not be less than 15 minutes, and the hourly remembrances you make throughout the day, use the idea as often as you can between them. Each of these ideas alone would be sufficient for salvation if it were learned truly. Each would be enough to give release to you and to the world from every form of bondage and invite the memory of God to come again. With this in mind, we start our practicing, in which we carefully review the thoughts the Holy Spirit has bestowed on us in our last 20 lessons. Each contains the whole curriculum if understood, practiced, accepted, and applied to all the seeming happenings throughout the day. One, it says, is enough. But from that one, there must be no exceptions made. And so we need to use them all and let them blend as one, as each contributes to the whole we learn. These practice sessions, like our last review, are centered around a central theme with which we start and end each lesson. And theme is, I am not a body, I am free. For I am still as God created me. The day begins and ends with this. And we repeat it every time the hour strikes, and when we remember in between. We have a function that transcends the world we see. Beyond this, and a repetition of the special thought we practice for the day, no form of exercise is urged except deep relinquishment of everything that clutters the mind and makes it deaf to reason, sanity, and simple truth. And everything that clutters the mind is the ego thought system. And I'm remembering here, the Course says that we are far too tolerant for mind wandering, or we are far too tolerant of our mind wandering. So what it's giving us here, and as we practice and continue to practice, is to relinquish those ego thought systems because they clutter our mind. They block us from remembering that we still are as God created us. And this again, the ego thought system makes it deaf to reason, to sanity, and simple truth. We will attempt to get beyond all words and special forms of practicing from this review, for we attempt this time to reach a quickened pace along a shorter path to the serenity and peace of God. We merely close our eyes and then forget all that we thought we knew and understood. For thus is freedom given us, for all we did not know and failed to understand. And it says there has been one exception to this lack of structuring. Permit no idle thought to go unchallenged. And that means, again, any ego thought, any thoughts of judgment that we're having, any confusion, any chaos, any upset, any trigger, Do not allow that to go unchallenged. If you notice one, deny its hold and hasten to assure your mind that this is not what it would have. Then gently let the thought which you denied be given up, give it over to the Holy Spirit. Ensure in quick exchange for the idea we practice for the day, which the idea again is, I am not a body, I am free, for I am still as God created me. When you are tempted as well, hasten to proclaim your freedom from temptation. As you say, this thought I do not want. I choose instead. Peace. There's a blank here. It says, I choose instead. It could be peace. I choose instead joy. I choose instead happiness. It says, and then repeat the idea for the day, again, which is, I am not a body. I am free. I am still as God created me. It said, repeat that idea and let it take the place of what you thought. Beyond such special applications of this, of each day's idea, we will add but a few formal expressions or specific thoughts to aid in practicing. Instead, we give these times of quiet to the teacher who, that's the Holy Spirit, the teacher who instructs in quiet, speaks of peace, and gives our thoughts whatever meaning they may have. To him, I offer this review for you. I place you in his charge and let him teach you what to do and what to say and what to think each time you turn to the Holy Spirit. The Holy Spirit will not fail to be available to you each time you call to him to help you. Let us offer the Holy Spirit the whole review we now begin. And let us also not forget to whom it has been given as we practice day by day, advancing toward the goal God has set for us, allowing him, Holy Spirit, to teach us how to go and trusting him completely for the way each practice period can be best become a loving gift of freedom to the world. So that's the introduction to Review 6. And here is lesson 201, which is, we'll be saying this often in it for the next, for this review, throughout these lessons on the review, which is, I am not a body. I am free. For I am still as God created me. And the review here is of lesson 181, and it says, I trust my brothers who are one with me. So also, the thought on this is I trust and, really to trust my brothers. And, this is in the trusting is to see the Christ within our brothers and sisters, to see the innocence, to see their holiness. It means to relinquish any judgments we have otherwise. Anywhere we're holding them as guilty. Because it says, I trust my brothers who are one with me. Remember, our brothers and sisters are our saviors. They're a reflection of our own consciousness. So when I can see the Christ in my brother and my sisters, then I'm seeing the Christ within myself. Wherever, again, I might be triggered by my brothers and sisters, it's only an opportunity for me to recognize what is it within me that I'm judging them for that I need to heal. And it says, no one but is my brother. I am blessed with oneness with the universe and God, my Father, one creator of the whole that is myself, forever one with me. It's all about the oneness, not the separation. It's together that we are whole, and apart from each other, we are nothing. Because apart from each other, we're still living in the illusion. We are living in, from our ego thought system, We are not remembering who we are in the oneness. We're not remembering our own innocence, our own holiness. And so, and it goes on to say, then I am not a body, I am free, for I am still as God created me. You know, again, this is to help us practice, to see consistently that I am not a body, I am free. I still am as God created me. So I'm going to read the lesson again, because I did reflect, interject there. And again, the lesson is, I'm not a body, I am free. I am still as God created me. We cannot repeat it enough. And we're reviewing lesson 181 today. I trust my brothers who are one with me. No one but is my brother. I am blessed with oneness with the universe and God, my Father, one creator of the whole that is myself forever, one with me. I am not a body, I am free. I am still as God created me. So let's hear what Jesus has channeled through Tina Spalding. And this is from the book she's written, A Year of Forgiveness. All right. And here's what Jesus has to say through Tina. You are blessed beings indeed. I am that one you know as Jesus. All the trials and tribulations you go through in your daily life happen because you try to be something you are not. You try to be socially acceptable. You try to be something that your parents taught you to be. That's all the conditioning. That's all the patterning and all the beliefs that we've taken on that really are not our truth. Jesus goes on to say, you do not listen to your guidance system. So I'm going to be interjecting here, you know, as we listen to our guidance system, which means we have to still our mind to be able to listen for the voice for God. So again, it says you do not listen to your guidance system. You do not listen to that deep truth inside you that is, the truth inside you is joy, love, creativity, and self-expression. Freedom, self-expression, and love, these are the pursuits that should occupy your mind. You are as God created you. You are not a mistake. Jesus says you have come here into this dimension, this pointed 3D experience, this duality that you call your life. And it is a detour. It's a detour into fear. It is a detour into something not your natural home. This is why, again, we need to be open to recognize where we are holding on to fear. It says Jesus says, many of you say to each other, I do not feel as if I belong here. I do not feel that my family is the right family. I almost feel as if I've been dropped into the wrong place. It is because you are not at home here. You have walked far away from home. The story of the prodigal son comes to mind. The child leaves his father and goes on a great adventure. At some point, he gets tired and broken, loses all his money, and he wants to come home. That is where most of you are right now. You have had your adventures. You have chased many idols in the world, and you have yet to find the happiness you seek. Now you want to come home, but you are scared. You have become lost in the wilderness. You are confused. That is what this text is for. It is the gentle map home. The course is a gentle map home. You cannot be taken home too quickly because you have chosen to go on this long and arduous journey, this detour into fear. You will never have your fear. You will never have your fear. I'm sorry, let me read that again. You will never have your free will overridden. It is so important that you understand this. Some of you fall down on your knees in despair and plead, please take me home. I don't want to be here anymore. You are here through free will. You are unloving through free will. It takes a little bit of education for you to see that all the suffering you experience comes from distortions in your mind that you believe in and continue to practice throughout your day. This gentle lesson, or these gentle lessons, rehabilitate your mind and reclaim your sovereignty. You must do them by your choice. You cannot do it for you because you will never have your free will taken from you. It is one of the greatest gifts you have to choose the experience you want to have. You can make this a nicer journey by choosing love as often as possible and forgiving as deeply and frequently as possible. Within a very short time, you begin to see the transformation these practices bring. If you continue them over years, you slowly erase all the idols and forgiving idols in your mind, and you come to a deep peace and acceptance of yourself as you are. You realize God created you, a beautiful, sacred being who is immensely creative, loving, and kind. That is what will be left at the end of this long process of erasing everything from your consciousness that is not true and that you do not want to carry around as a burden any longer. Jesus says, I am the one you know as Jesus, and I will speak with you again. Oh, that is the review 6, or what? Yes, review 6, and the reflection here that I just read on lesson 201. All right. Continue to practice. And it says it may take years, but we just keep this is a practice we can apply to our life every day. That's why I have chosen this path to undo my ego, to experience more and more peace and joy and love and happiness in my life. And, it says here, slowly it'll be erased. And I understand that. I've experienced that and I continue to experience it. So continue. Know that there is a lot in the practice of this course that is of great value. All right. Now please go below. Try to remember here what's next. And please like this video. Please comment. I thank those who are commenting, and please subscribe if you haven't already. Please share the video out, and I look forward to being with you for the next review lesson, which will be lesson 202. All right. In the meantime, I extend my love to you from my heart to your heart. Have a love-filled, peaceful, joy-filled day. To the best of your ability. Bye for now.